17. Thou dost not sacrifice to Jehovah thy God ox or sheep in which there is a blemish, any evil thing; for it is the abomination of Jehovah thy God. When there is found in thy midst, in one of thy cities which Jehovah thy God is giving to thee, a man or a woman who doth the evil thing in the eyes of Jehovah thy God, by transgressing his covenant, and he doth go and serve other gods, and doth bow himself to them, and to the sun, or to the moon, or to any of the host of the heavens which I have not commanded, and it hath been declared to thee, and thou hast heard, and hast searched diligently, and lo, truth, the thing is established, this abomination hath been done in Israel. Then thou hast brought out that man or that woman who hath done this evil thing unto thy gates, the man or the woman, and thou hast stoned them with stones, and they have died. By the mouth of 2 witnesses, or of 3 witnesses, is he who is dead put to death. He is not put to death by the mouth of 1 witness. The hand of the witnesses is on him in the first place to put him to death, and the hand of all the people last, and thou hast put away the evil thing out of thy midst. When anything is too hard for thee for judgment, between blood and blood, between plea and plea, and between stroke and stroke, matters of strife within thy gates, then thou hast risen, and gone up unto the place on which Jehovah thy God doth fix, and hast come in unto the priests, the Levites, and unto the judge who is in those days, and hast inquired, and they have declared to thee the word of judgment, and thou hast done according to the tenor of the word which they declare to thee, they of that place which Jehovah doth choose, and thou hast observed to do according to all that they direct thee, according to the tenor of the law which they direct thee, and according to the judgment which they say to thee thou dost do. Thou dost not turn aside from the word which they declare to thee, right or left. And the man who acteth with presumption, so as not to hearken unto the priest, who is standing to serve there Jehovah thy God, or unto the judge, even that man hath died, and thou hast put away the evil thing from Israel, and all the people do hear and fear, and do not presume any more. When thou comest in unto the land which Jehovah thy God is giving to thee, and hast possessed it, and dwelt in it, and thou hast said, Let me set over me a king like all the nations which are round about me, thou dost certainly set over thee a king on whom Jehovah doth fix. From the midst of thy brethren thou dost set over thee a king. Thou art not able to set over thee a stranger who is not thy brother. Only he doth not multiply to himself horses, nor cause the people to turn back to Egypt, so as to multiply horses, seeing Jehovah hath said to you, Ye do not add to turn back in this way any more. And he doth not multiply to himself wives, and his heart doth not turn aside, and silver and gold he doth not multiply to himself exceedingly. And it hath been, when he sitteth on the throne of his kingdom, that he hath written for himself the copy of this law on a book, from that before the priests the Levites, and it hath been with him, and he hath read in it all days of his life, so that he doth learn to fear Jehovah his God, to keep all the words of this law, and these statutes to do them, so that his heart is not high above his brethren, and so as not to turn aside from the command right or left, so that he prolongeth days over his kingdom, he and his sons in the midst of Israel.